Hi everyone, it's Miss Sarah Z from the Rising Sun Branch Library in the Cecil County Public Library System. Would you like to be a storyteller with me today? Sounds good. So what we're going to do is an activity called Story Stones. This is something you can do on your own or with loved ones at home. So what I did is I went outside and I found some stones in my garden, just like this one. Then I've tried to find ones with a nice flat surface on the top, and I painted some pictures of things just like this one. I painted things that I like to read about in books. So for instance, this is a garden or some flowers. If you don't have stones, you can use cards or paper and color using markers and crayons and make your own story cards. I used acrylic paint, but any paint that you have at home will work for the stones or the cards. So I made about 10 or 11 stones of different pictures of things, and I mixed them together in this bag, and what we'll do is we'll pull one stone at a time and come up with a story on our own. So something to think about when coming up with your own story are the different parts of a story. Usually there's a beginning, a middle, and an end, right? So that's something to think about as you're coming up with your own. Also, when you're creating your story, there's usually characters, like animals or people or creatures. There's also a setting, which is where a story takes place. And of course, there's a plot, which is what happens in a story. So usually there's a problem and a resolution. Now these are good things to keep in mind, but just have fun creating your own story on your own or with your loved ones at home. You can take turns choosing a stone and adding your own part to the story. So let's get started. I'll put our flowers back in the bag so they can be part of our story too. Are you ready? Okay, I'm gonna mix them up. Okay, let's see what we get first. So once upon a time, there was a magic wand, and it was hidden in a very secret place. Let's see what's next. And there was one little girl and one little boy who decided to go for a walk one day. They were best friends. And on their walk, suddenly, they saw some bumblebees. Uh-oh, I'm afraid of bumblebees, said the little boy and the little girl. So guess what? They started to run. Buzz, 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 said the bees. As they were running, they met a little doggie on the way. And the little doggie said, "Woof, woof, why are you guys running?" What did the little girl and the little boy tell the doggie? That's right, they're running because they're afraid of the bumblebees. Okay. And as they were running and walking along, they noticed a beautiful rainbow up in the sky. It must have been a beautiful day. And of course, as they were walking along, they saw some beautiful flowers. And even though they were running away from the bees, they decided to pick some flowers for their loved ones at home. As they were running and picking flowers, they saw a castle in the distance. I wonder what's in that castle. So the little boy and girl decided to go and try to explore the castle. This is a heart that I painted. The little girl and the little boy said, "Wow, we would really love to go explore this castle. Let's go see and go on an adventure. We love adventure." Let's see what happens next. So they go up to the castle and they went inside, and right in the front door, they found a present. What do you think might be inside that present? So the little boy and the little girl decided to open the present, and inside, guess what they found? The magic wand. Wow, said the little boy and the little girl, a magic wand, I wonder what it does. Let's wave the wand and see what happens. So they went abracadabra, 1, 2, 3, and poof! And a magic hot air balloon appeared. Wow, said the little boy and the little girl and the doggie. Let's get in. So they all got in the hot air balloon in the castle, and the hot air balloon floated up to the sky, all the way up to the rainbow, and they floated on happily ever after. What a fun adventure that was. So you can see how we can use our stones to create a really unique story. So what we can do is put them back in the bag, pull them again, and come up with a whole different story all over again. Did you have fun telling the story with me? Thanks so much. I hope you enjoy making your own story stones and your own story cards and coming up with your own fun stories together at home.